Namaste. So in the LLM course, let us start out with case laws of attempt. Now attempt के लिए मैंने जितने pointers यहाँ पे सारे लिखे हुए हैं, that pretty much they cannot be asked in the form of a question for you in a LLM entrance. But what we need to do is, or rather need to cover is Abhayanand Mishra versus State of Bihar. This is the cardinal judgment on attempt. And another one, please write it down, is State of Maharashtra versus Muhammad Yaqub. So we're going to just revise this topic very, very briefly for the purposes of a LLM entrance and then basically take it from there. So every criminal offense is basically made up of, or rather, the entire stage is made up of 4 sub-stages. The first one is the formation of intention. So mens rea aapke dimag mein aa gayi. That, let us say, take the example, if you were in school, right, and you gotten into an enmity with someone and who's harassing you. So now you want to beat the living daylights out of them. Formation of intention. This is pretty much exempt from criminal liability. It cannot attract criminal liability because it is impossible even for the devil to know the thought of man. I mean, all the time people have a lot of negative thoughts. That doesn't mean that IPC can read your mind. So you are exempt. As soon as we get into the preparation for commission of offenses, therein it is mostly exempt from criminal liability under the IPC. तो आप मोटा माटी बच जाएंगे except for a few certain sections such as 121, 122. Open your bare act and IPC and check what 121, 122 is, and 399 preparation for committing dacoity. This is a crucial one. यहाँ पे आपको preparation के stage में ही हम रोक रहे हैं. And then 233 to 235 is basically counterfeiting coins. 242, 243 is counterfeiting weights, stamps, again coins. So except for these offenses, we pretty much cannot even catch you at this stage because you are just going to deny it that you are going to do anything wrong. So for example, again in the school wala example, that you are now you have a bat to beat that guy, and then you are just walking down the school corridor and somebody just says कि bat कहाँ लेकर जा रहे हो? And then you are like, no, I am to going to the PT period to the cricket ground in the school, basically sports ground or the gymnasium, and they're like जाओ जाओ. तो इसलिए आप यहाँ बच जाएंगे. So for example, if you catch someone with gunpowder, they can always claim, I have just gotten this to destroy crops. I have just gotten this to kill off wild animals. They will just never admit to it. And then how do you exactly prove that both of these are connected, right? So preparation stage पे भी अब bat लेके जा रहे हैं, you can always lie your way out of it. But as soon as there is an attempt, so for example, you raise the bat to hit that person who's been harassing you, we have a winner. We will catch you now for an offense. Let us say that bat यहाँ है और पीछे से आके teacher ने bat पकड़ लिया, and then you just look back at the teacher, and then the teacher is staring at you, right? तो मर गए ना अब तो. So attempt. Now if the attempt is successful, it will end up in a crime, and if you fail, well then we read sections like, for example, in cheating it is 420 read with 511 and then other stuff. Acha, 511 is your bare axe section, which we'll just read. All right. So an attempt is an intended but unfinished crime. It is a manifestation of mens rea. I want you to write this specific thing down for the inchoate crime. Basically, ye to sab cannot be asked. Obviously, this is way too academic for a question to be framed. This can be asked. Not all sections you have to remember. Just remember, especially this is very frequently asked. 399. Preparation for which of the following offenses is a direct offense, or rather we can basically convict you for just at the preparation stage also. Right? 399, because attempt begins where preparation ends. So up till here we cannot catch you, but attempt. So this distinction has to be very, very clear, that where is preparation ending and where is attempt beginning, and for that the case law is Abhayanand Mishra, and we have to discuss these 3 tests. But inchoate crimes are what? Inchoate का मतलब क्या होता है शब्द का? This is another question. This just begun and it's not fully formed yet. So that is basically inchoate crimes, and a crime committed by doing an act with the purpose of affecting some offense. This is pretty much it. Okay, and yeah, I believe this is good enough information for you for your entrance. But एक 3 चीज और लिख लीजिए. Inchoate is basically कच्चा पक्का. So it's on the way, right? So inchoate में 3 तरीके के offenses जो IPC में हम पकड़ते हैं. That is attempt, It's a criminal conspiracy, basically a criminal conspiracy or an incitement. They are all inchoate crimes, right? So they have just begun, they're not fully formed, they have not exactly yet fully resulted in an offense, but will surely lead to. So if you incite someone, that person ends up doing an offense, we will catch you. It's a criminal conspiracy, again, it will lead to some offense, and under an attempt, obviously, we have already explained it to you. Okay. Now, I believe all of this is done, right? अभयानंद मिश्रा वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ बिहार में क्या हुआ था जी? अभयानंद मिश्रा वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ बिहार के अंदर the person was quite a corrupt student, in fact. So he appeared for a MA entrance examination as a private candidate, and he forged his degrees and documents were for teaching experience in a school, and he sent that to the university. So the university sent him an admit card, and then the university got to know that these documents were fake. So they received information that these documents were fake. He was never a teacher, and in fact, he was barred also from taking undergrad exams as well. So, he was a complete fraud. So this guy argued that, hello, I never really crossed the preparation stage. How can you convict me for, cheating or attempting to cheat? How can you really, really convict me? So herein, the Supreme Court said, well, look, if you had kept the documents in your room and never really sent them to the university, obviously, then you are at the preparation stage where you prepared, but you then, backed out at the last moment. And that is formally known as doctrine of locus pontentii. Now, this is basically, a lot of pronunciations exist for this on the internet, and I really can't figure out which is the correct one. So it can be pontentii, or actually the most reasonable one that I found was pontentii. So I have just wrote that. So I just may be incorrect there. But doctrine of locus pontentii means that you're prepared, but then you backed out at the last moment from actually, ever covertly or rather overtly exercising, or rather bringing your mens rea into manifestation. Okay, so herein, but you sent the documents to the university even issued you an admit card. Now how can you argue, right? So note down this case law. This is where the Supreme Court said, well, hello buddy, attempt ends where preparation begins. Attempt begins where preparation, I was saying the ulta, attempt begins where preparation ends. All right, preparation end हो गई, आपने attempt कर दिया, you have sent the documents to the university, well, now you are in the dock. All right, so 3 tests that the Supreme Court has given over a number of case laws is the proximity rule. Proximity rule was in state of Maharashtra versus Mohammad Yaqub. Note that case law down as well. Now what happened here in state of Maharashtra versus Mohammad Yaqub? So there was basically a group of smugglers, and the custom guys got to know that, hello buddy, now we are going to catch you. So they never told them, obviously it's a covert operation, they just tracked them, and the smugglers' truck reached the seashore, and they were just about to smuggle. So there was a seaplane also heard, but then the custom guys just caught hold of the smugglers. So the smugglers said, we are still in the preparation stage. So no, the Supreme Court said, well, nobody. We have to look at the proximity rule. The proximity rule is the acts have to be closely related to your intended offense, and it can be also related to the physical location where these acts were committed. So herein, the truck had reached the seashore, the seaplane bhi sunai de raha hai mujhe, and then you are basically just at the spot, and only one work is left, that is for you to load the silver. So it was a silver smuggling case. So for you to load the silver on the plane, and the plane will fly off. That would have resulted in smuggling, right? So herein हमने यहाँ पे आपका ये वाला काम करा दिया कि आपको पकड़ लिया हमने. So it is closely related to your intention. All right. So that is proximity rule. So this is doctrine of locus pontentii. This was in Malkiyat Singh versus state of Punjab. Herein what was said? Herein again. So there was this driver and cleaner basically of the truck who they were just trying to smuggle paddy. About to, you can say, smuggle paddy, but they were quite far from the Delhi-Punjab border. So there were local acts in place in Punjab. So we were basically, the truck was quite far from the border, and the police caught them, and they even got a letter from their truck. They recovered it, and well, these guys claimed, well, hello, we never really, the defense was, we never really reached Delhi's border, so we are far away from actually breaching the border. वहाँ पे आप हमें पकड़ते, so it was an attempt आता, right? But यहाँ पे तो हमने कुछ किया नहीं. So by the doctrine of locus pontentii, the Supreme Court said that the driver could have just turned back from the fear of consequences of the law. there was a chance, right? So they were still at the preparation stage. Actually, अगर आप IPC में जाके attempt भी पढ़ेंगे, so this is basically why is it taught in a law school is that you get the distinction that preparation and attempt के बीच में आपको फर्क समझ में आ जाए. And this case law is basically related to here, and the doctrine also says the same, right? So you were at the preparation stage because there was still quite a number of kilometers left and you were far away from the border of Delhi. You have actually not gotten the paddy out of Punjab, legally speaking. So if we are charging you with, let us say, smuggling, or you are charging you of illegal transportation because paddy was banned to be moved out of the state by their local municipal laws at that point of time, but abhi to aap border pahunche hi nahi, and there is a distinct possibility, well, maybe the driver gets really, really scared. He can always make a U-turn. So you are at the stage of preparation. So the MCQs, doctrine of locus potentia, याद रहेगी, doctrine of locus potentia, and case law. वैसे ये वाला ज़्यादातर कभी पूछता नहीं, स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र वर्सेस मोहम्मद याकूब या अभय आनंद मिश्रा वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ बिहार ही पूछा जाता है मोस्टली. नाउ द मोस्ट क्रूशियल बिट, अच्छा एक सेकेंड, थर्ड इक्विवोकैलिटी टेस्ट. This is pretty much simple. Equivocality test is, what does the word equivocal mean? It means ambiguous. It means, it means not clear. It means having multiple meanings. That can also be the case. So the act or the series of act that we are trying to basically catch you under attempt, that should be very or unequivocally related to your intention. All right. So this is the equivocality test. Now we come to impossible acts are not a defense to attempt, and open your Bare Act to 511 chapter 23 of the IPC. I too shall open that. Let us read the illustration, please. Go to the illustration, and obviously illustration we have already covered in the Bare Act section of the course. We have covered out pretty much all relevant sections already in the course. So A makes an attempt to steal some jewels by breaking open a box. Great. और jewel तो होगा ही नहीं, LLB याद आ रही है, and finds, so opening the box, that there is no jewel in it. He has done an act towards the commission of theft and therefore is guilty under this section. Great, isn't it? So it is an impossible act because the jewel doesn't exist, and tomorrow you just cannot take the defense of कि जी वो तो जी jewel था ही नहीं. How can you catch me? Nobody. We are going to catch you. So an impossible act is no defense. So for example, just consider the example of, let us say, that there is a huge bank safe and you are trying to open it with a jhadu. Will we catch you, or can we convict you? So it's impossible that you will ever be able to open the bank locker at such a grand scale with a jhadu. But 511 key illustrations are exactly saying that, and these we have already covered. If you haven't watched that, watch that in the IPC section of the course. So let us cover out illustration B as well, जिसके अंदर pickpocket होगी but wallet नहीं होगा. A makes an attempt to pick the pocket of Z by thrusting his hand into Z's pocket. A fails in the attempt in consequence of Z's having nothing in his pocket. A is guilty under this section, obviously, right? So that's about it from case laws. We have already covered out all attempt etc. from the Bare Act. Impossible act, याद रखेंगे, that's basically no defense. Chapter number याद रखना है, chapter number 23, that's another MCQ. Not frequently asked, but I would say, chapters अगर हम याद करने जा ही रहे हैं from the IPC, private defenses, general exceptions वगैरह तो सब याद करना ही है. This is crucial. Chapter 23, 5 and 11, pretty much the last section of the IPC. These three, but most likely these two, doctrine of locus potentia and proximity rule. Abhay Anand Mishra versus State of Bihar. So even in the UPSC law optional, we just don't go without this, without quoting this case law. मलकीत सिंह वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ पंजाब याद आ जाए तो ठीक है, बट अदरवाइज स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र वर्सेस मोहम्मद याकूब, ये जरा दोनों चीजें मेक इन योर जजमेंट वाली लिस्ट जो हमने टॉट्स के लिए भी बनाई है ना, अलग अलग सारी की सारी, एशबी वर्सेस वाइट किसको रिलेट करता है, रायलैंड वर्सेस फ्लेचर. सो जस्ट राइट डाउन दीज टू जजमेंट्स और उनके सामने, दोनों के सामने लिख लीजिएगा अटेम्प्ट. Which two judgments I'm talking about? Abhay Anand Mishra ji versus Bihar. I'm sorry for my handwriting here. I'm just not focusing on getting a very clean handwriting when I'm writing this down. So attempt is this, and the second one is Maharashtra versus Mohammad Yaqub. Got it? तो ये वो अपनी जजमेंट वाली लिस्ट बना लीजिए, बिकॉज दिस इज प्रीटी मच अ वेरी पॉपुलर क्वेश्चन इन द LLM entrances, wherein they just give you the judgment and they ask you match what these judgments are. Dastane versus Dastane, Ashby versus White, Rylance versus Fletcher, grammar school case. What are these concepts basically relating to town area committee versus Prabhu Dayal? We've already covered out all of that under our TOTS wala section. Yeah. And this is pretty much, all the MCQs that can be covered out from attempt. I have intentionally not covered out theoretical aspects because we are not exactly writing a very descriptive answer in pretty much mostly LLM entrances except for the CLAT PG. That is a separate story altogether. But we have to cover out all the related MCQs and in a very quick manner as well, so that our core concepts get revised. Okay, so this pretty much suffices for DU's paper, ILI's paper, AILT's paper. This is pretty much, and most crucial, in fact, forget everything that Travis has said there. Judgment list. Abhay Anand Mishra versus State of Bihar and State of Maharashtra versus Muhammad Yaqub both relate to attempt. The doctrine, yaad rahegi, proximity rule is under IPCs for basically if they ask you. So they'll obviously frame a very proper question to this. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for attempt. Now let us cover out more case laws from the IPC and then basically finish off the section of case laws and IPC. IPC main is already over in the course. All right, see you. Take care.